Qamar Cheema, you're just reduced to playing second fiddle to China, because Pakistan must hang on to somebody's coattails to survive. First you tried to do that with the Americans. Once they saw through you, now you're hanging on to China's coattails.
I think Pakistan decided not to be the junior partner of the United States, which India has decided to be.
No, but you were always a junior partner. You were perhaps a sub-junior partner for decades, and a cheating one at that.
Listen. The point here is that Pakistan has decided that we are not going to side with the Americans because our interests are not matching. We are trying to keep an equilibrium.
What are your interests? Are your interests supporting Taliban? And are your interests supporting terror in the region, which is, of course, even costing you? Look at the fact that New Zealand pulled out of a cricket series with you. Look at the fact that other countries don't even want to come to you and play. So you will just be China's colony. That is all. That's your status in life.
One point. The first thing is that you followed Americans blindly in Afghanistan, and at the end of the day, you closed your embassy in Afghanistan. The second point is, forget Pakistan and India. The European partners of the United States, they do not trust anymore on the USA, and they are making rapid reaction force of about 20,000 soldiers, where they believe that NATO and the Americans cannot come to the rescue of the Europeans in such kind of a situation. So where do you stand? Even the Europeans who have said decades-old transatlantic partnership with the Americans, will you trust on that kind of United States? We want to trust on the United States. We are happy with the Chinese.
Adil Brar, since you watch the region very carefully, that is where India is maintaining strategic autonomy. India is a part of BRICS. India is a part of Shanghai Cooperation Organization. India is a part of Japan, India, America, India grouping, and also Quad. So India maintains its strategic autonomy. Adil Brar.
I agree with you on this point that India has maintained its autonomy, and this is the aspect that China disagrees with, and they talk about India is giving up on the autonomy and they have joined the US grouping. And I don't think that's the case. You've seen Minister Jaishankar, he's been meeting pretty much all the countries that are out there. So that statement itself is incorrect, and India continues to maintain its autonomy wherever possible. And we are meeting Lithuania or any other countries in Europe whenever it comes to, looking for better alliances and better opportunities. We haven't abandoned Russia, which is our biggest ally in the time. So I don't think that statement really, stands the test of the evidence that's out there. And I think it's just China's rhetoric that they keep talking about, oh, India has abandoned their non-aligned movement and they have just moved into the US camp now. So I don't think that's the case in reality.
Before I bring in Professor Chilani, you've just noticed that your thinking no longer is independent, Qamar Cheema. Whatever China rattles off, you just start spewing the same thing. No independent application of mind. Is that an indication your country has been completely colonized? And are you disheartened or disappointed that Joe Biden and the administration is no longer even calling up Imran Khan, despite all requests by both your national security advisor and your foreign minister?
I think Pakistan and the Americans have the highs and lows in the 75 years diplomatic history. But remember, we are not going to subdue. We are going for a balancing act between the Chinese and the Americans, and we know absolutely what we are doing. So we are telling the Americans, we cannot be your colony. We cannot let you do whatever you want to do. And we are telling the Chinese, we have had the partnership with the West for the 75 years during the Cold War. And we supported with the West even during the Cold War and then against the Soviet Union. So we have that balancing act. We are working on that and things will be good. But India has an edge, obviously, because a new world history is being written in Indo-Pacific, where you are actually have a geographical position. You are strategically placed well. That doesn't mean you are important. You should be happy to be the neighbor of China. That's the only excellence you have at this moment, to be America's great partner at the moment.
If that is what you think, and for the moment, I want our viewers to take a look at these images that we are putting out full screen on India Today. The stage is all set for the Quad Summit, the first Quad Summit in person that will take place at the White House moments from now. Very proudly, you have those 4 flags: Japan, India, Australia, and the United States of America. So the press pool already in place, and any moment now, you shall have the 4 heads of state and government walk into the room in White House: Japan, India, Australia, and the United States of America. What message would this send out to China in particular and the world in general, Professor Brahmachelani?
I think China's expansionism, which matches in some respects, or at least in nascent aspects, Nazi Germany's expansionism, is now widely seen across the world, including by countries that are located far from China, as a threat to international security. And the pressing international issue today is, how do you rein in China? Whether you are in Europe, North America, or in Asia, that's a question everybody is debating. And everybody thinks that countermeasures against China are needed. And the Quad is only one element in how to rein in China. AUKUS, the new alliance, is another instrument to rein in China. In some respects, AUKUS is a much more military-oriented initiative than the Quad. The AUKUS partners, the 3 countries that are in that alliance, are tied together by treaty-based security arrangements. And AUKUS, therefore, is likely to be the Biden administration's central pillar in the Indo-Pacific, in the security realm,
Okay.
with the Quad complementing